Good morning, it's Norman Woodstock Spalding, Bare Bones Broadcasting Radio. Let's talk about somebody I know. I like talking about people and things. I like talking about it. I always talk about it. Especially the wonderful aspects of it. I like talking about the cool stuff. I think you talk about the cool stuff here, you wouldn't be talking about anything uncool. If I fail that, it's because I'm being nailed and pushed around so bad right now I can't keep my mind on what I'm doing. I need your help. Get a hold of me. Now, we're talking about Blackie the cat. Little kitten that my granddaughter and I went, we actually paid $10 for him. He'd had his first shots. And the guy said I saved him the last. He's my favorite one out of the litter. He was something. All kitty there. All kitty. I raised him in an apartment with my granddaughter's cat. She wasn't allowed to take him home. Mom wouldn't let her. It's a long story there. We won't get sidetracked. And he just ain't a house and city kitty. No, he ain't. And it horrified me to let him out. So I kept him out back from kitten on a string. You ever put a cat on a string? Blackie learned. He learned to manage that string. He was very good. Even he'd get tangled up in things with it, and I'd go out and untangle him. And he learned. And he learned to stay out there, and it was out behind the patio, behind where I had my apartment, and the grass would grow up pretty high, and he was a high grass kitty. He'd lay out in that grass, and he just couldn't wait for something to come by and pounce on it. But he'd lay there and wait for it by the hour, till it finally rolled by, and wham! He was waiting for it. And every Serengeti film I'd ever seen, this cat was behaving something in it. I've seen films on leopards and I really into what they call nature films and so on, and narration of animals. It's helped me raise my children. It's just helped me understand my living. And as far as I'm concerned, that documentary work, all of it isn't correct. Believe me, some of it, Marlon Perkins, for Christ's sake. Come on. What? Because they'll take these animal narrations and twist them around and tell you a story about animals that ain't so. That's why. And do humans do it? Wrong. I'm fortunate I've overheard those and some more backed up narrations also. Thank you. There's a whole spectrum of narrating in documentary. Believe you me, there is. Some of it's informing, some of it's very informing. In other words, some of the curious mind appreciates, some of the curious mind knows good and well you're trying to twist my neck around my leg. Why are you doing that? Well, you're that much smarter than me? You gotta make sure I understand what you understand, and I don't understand anything else. Dumb. They hate curiosity, believe me. To them, that's, the devil will come. What? Oh, we love the curiosity. The devil will take over. You need to get out of living. Get out of here. You don't know any of that, and there you are spreading it like the fount of puke. And it ain't even poison. Don't do anything. Doesn't poison, it doesn't help, doesn't do anything. It's like fungus. Worthless. Huh? Blackie the kitty, quite a cat. He's out in Eagle Creek now, and I'll go see him today, and I miss that kitty, just because how he carries himself and what he's about. And he and I have come a long way together. I didn't understand cats, and he helped me understand. He's got a bite and a set of claws and a purr that gives me the understanding of a kitty. His purr tells me so much, his look on his face, just a lot about that animal tells me. He walks, he carries his tail straight up. When he's sick, he doesn't. And I can tell when he's sick because his tail ain't up. Otherwise, his tail's straight up in the air when he walks. When he comes to see me, though. But he's very much not a predator. He's more curious. He doesn't eat. If he kills anything, he ain't going to eat it. He only eats cat food, dry cat food. He won't eat canned cat food. No. He started out on it, got too gross for him. That cat has more class and a delight to Kitty. He enjoys experiencing his DNA. Oh, does he? And he knows it's an adventure and way ahead of him. And he sits back and enjoys the ride. And you can tell it. When he's outside, you know, he's always aware. That cat is always aware. He'll purr, but then he's up looking around. He's up looking around. And he's always been that way. I watch how he works. Why, my God, I'm privileged. It's like very much a forest creature. And his instincts are all forest. I mean, he used to walk around the apartment going, wow, wow. Poor cat. He sounded like a female cat in heat. He just had to get out. He was curious. Just curious. And, you know, curiosity does two things. It'll kill a cat, and it'll also educate a cat. They can learn from curiosity. Ooh, do they ever. He was gone for a week once and came back all tore up, where he thinks he's quite a predator sometimes, and he'll take on a dog. I've seen him drive a dog out of the yard, big time. Oh yeah, he's down. And he's coming towards the dog, and somehow the dog knows and goes the other way. I'm not. And somehow that dog understands that's not one cat to fool with. He might get the best of the cat, but the cat's going to scar him up good, and he ain't going to fool with it. Or her. No dog, I've seen him, you know that look on a dog's face when it says, I'm leaving now? Yeah, it's astounding. Blackie the kitty. I'm going to go see him today. I miss that cat so. I live in an apartment. I can't live out in the Eagle Creek. It's too far to get around. And my daughter's not there at that house, and I go through hell every time I go to the house where my daughter's not. I've got a room there, and I can live there if I want, and I can't. Even when she was there, she didn't want me there because of her stress disorder. And it's a crime, because if I could get her going on the stress disorder healing, I'm sure there's a place for me. And she needs me, basically, a place where somebody can be around her that she needs. And she's just been pushed around and beat up from as soon as she hit air. As soon as my daughter hit air, somebody's been pushing around, telling her something about her that's not so. Mm-hmm. How many of your kids went through the same thing? As soon as they hit air, somebody telling them something about themselves is not so. Now your kids are stuffed full of the biggest crap because all these people around jam crap in their head. And their head's just a basket case of it. Mm-hmm. Big time. Astounding. Blackie wasn't going to let me do that to him. He made sure I didn't try to put something in his head that wasn't so. He's a wonderful animal. I miss him. I look forward to... I said, that's your fault. You get on the radio and say, Ha! Form a sentence, in your wits before you say it. And come off the top of your head. You got time to do that, don't you? You just, stuff out. Man, I better get out of here. We'll be able to upload this. What an idiot.